Hey, family. Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast with Andrea. I'm glad to have you in this space. And you already know we don't do perfect over here. So let's talk. One thing people don't talk about enough when it comes to mental health is how hard it can be to love somebody who's struggling emotionally. Not because you don't care about them, not because you don't want to help, but because sometimes you genuinely just don't know what to do. And for Mental Health Awareness Month, we've been having honest conversations about the emotional things people quietly carry every day. But today, I want to shift the conversation a little bit because mental health doesn't just affect the person struggling, it affects relationships, marriages, families, friendships, children, parents. And sometimes people are trying their best to support someone they love while quietly feeling overwhelmed themselves. Have you ever loved somebody and you could tell something was wrong mentally, but every time you ask them about it, they either shut down, changed the subject, or said, I'm fine, even though you knew they wasn't? And that's hard because when you love somebody, you want to fix it. You want to make it better. You want to take the pain away. But mental health struggles don't always work like that. Sometimes people don't even know how to explain what they're feeling themselves. And let's really talk about relationships for a second. Sometimes your husband is mentally overwhelmed, but instead of talking about it, he gets quiet. He becomes distant, more irritated, emotionally unavailable. And from the outside, it can look like an attitude, when really he's mentally exhausted. And the same thing happens with women too. Sometimes she's mentally carrying so much that emotionally she has nothing left. Still cooking, still working, still handling responsibilities, but mentally she's burnt out. And because she's still functioning, people don't always recognize she's struggling. And honestly, sometimes it's our children. And I think this conversation is important because a lot of parents miss the emotional signs. Not every struggling child acts out loudly. Some kids become quiet. Some isolate themselves. Some become emotionally withdrawn. Some become angry. Some even stop communicating. And a lot of times, they don't need immediate punishment first. They need somebody to notice something emotionally is wrong. So let me ask you something. When somebody you love start acting differently emotionally, what's your first reaction? Do you get frustrated? Do you take it personally? Or do you pause long enough to ask, what might they be carrying mentally right now? That question right there matters the most. And I'm not saying you have to become somebody's therapist. That's not what this is. But support matters more than people realize. Sometimes support looks like listening without trying to immediately fix everything. Sometimes support looks like creating safe conversations, safe spaces. Sometimes support looks like checking in constantly. And sometimes support looks like helping somebody get professional help without making them feel ashamed. And honestly, one of the most powerful things you can say to somebody struggling mentally is, you don't have to go through this alone. But I also want to say this too. Supporting somebody mentally struggling can be emotionally heavy sometimes. And you have to protect your mental health too, because you can love somebody deeply and still acknowledge when you emotionally overwhelm yourself. Both things can be true and both things can happen at the same time. And I think sometimes people are placed in our lives not just to love us, but to help carry us through difficult seasons emotionally too. So if you're listening right now and somebody you love have been mentally struggling, I just want to encourage you to lead with compassion first, not assumptions, not judgment, compassion, because you never fully know what somebody is battling internally. Sometimes people are giving you attitude. They're giving you the only emotional energy they have left. Let's heal and grow together, and I'll see you in the next episode.